Hi, it's Kylie Coo. Welcome to my studio. So thank you all so much for the comments that you've left on my recent video in which I explained that I'd broken 2 bones in my left wrist and I'm now in a plaster cast. By way of a little update, I'm doing okay. I can move my fingers a little bit now. It's still very painful. I had a wee bit of a bad reaction to the pain meds, so I've cut back on them a little bit. It's a fine balancing act, but all in all, I'm okay. I'm at the point now where I'm a little bit frustrated because there's things I'd like to be doing that I can't, but by the same token, I am realising that I do need to take the time to heal, so I am getting lots of rest. But again, thank you for all your kind comments. I appreciate each and every one of them. So I did say in that last video that, I was hoping to do some sort of art. There's no way yet that I can sit down and do painting or anything like that, but I had said I might try my hand at some digital art, which I have been doing off and on for the last, couple of years now, maybe not quite as much as that, but I'm no expert in it. But what I want to do today is to bring you a video on creating grungy collage sheets. And in this video, I'm going to show you ways that, although I'm doing it digitally, and I just want to make it clear that it's digital art, it's not AI art. I am creating this myself. I think what I do in this on digital via Procreate on the iPad, you could actually do with paint and pens. So let's get started. I'll talk you through each one that I've made and tell you basically how I've done it and how you might do it with paint and pens. With Procreate, it films direct from the screen. It condenses it all into, about 30 seconds per thing created. So, I've slowed it down so I can actually talk you through each piece. Just wanted you to know that. So I didn't actually have to set up any filming equipment to do this. Sorry, you might hear the odd clatter of the microphone. It's, having just the one hand, it just makes things a little bit more awkward than usual. So I start here with a blank screen, but what I decided I wanted to do was to try and make it look like an aged bit of paper. So I tried a couple of different colours. There you just see me putting some lines on. I decided I wanted to make the paper into 8 small sections. I wanted it to look as if it was a folded piece of paper, and where the folds are, it's aged that bit more. So you'll see I'm slowly adding a variety of different colours. Now you could take a plain piece of paper, draw these lines on, or you could actually fold it if you wanted, but I'm just trying to give it that aged look, grunging it up around the edges, just to make it look as if this is a piece that's been around for a while. Really getting into those folds with some very dark colours, really a range of kind of from light to dark, just to make it look as if those fold marks are in there. I'm then using some of the Procreate brushes just to add some kind of little splatters. You could do this with a sponge or something like that, and a paintbrush. Now I'm using other brushes within Procreate here just to create some backgrounds on this. I don't mind if the background for one square or one rectangle goes into the other. I just want to create some interest in the background, and these are primarily brushes within Procreate. So just getting some basic backgrounds down here. You could do that with a variety of different tools, and that's my base piece, and I'm actually going to use that as a template for 2 other pages that I'm going to create. So let's go on to the next one. So I'm taking that base now to start to work up some ideas on this. Now I had used a frame just to see where I would draw my lines, and it actually reminded me a bit of you know, a piece of square exercise paper from an old school jotter, exercise book, notebook, whatever you want to call it. So I decided to put in some light blue lines. I was going to put squares in, but to be honest, by the time I did the lines one way, my right hand was getting tired. The good thing about Procreate is you can draw a line, and if you hold on to it, it will straighten it up. I then dulled it down slightly, and to me it just looked like this was a piece of lined paper. I'm then going to go into each of my rectangles and just do a bit of mark making. Now I am going to attach below and at the end of this video two different videos. I think it was mark making 1 and mark making 2, where I have made mini collage papers, and really I am just seeing this as being in the similar series. So that first one I did very rough circles in. Here now I'm just doing these kind of cross shapes, just the sort of thing I would sit and do with a gel pen or a marker pen or whatever, just to make marks. I was trying something else out there. One of the things about Procreate is you can put things down and then take them out quite easily. So I was doing that, decided I didn't like it, so all I'm doing is then removing that. But as I say, you know, you could build these just using paint. Here we have some ink splatters. Again, this is created by a particular brush, but you know I work a lot in ink, so ink splatters is one of my favourite things to do, or ink drips I should say. Here in this next one, just doing some basic crosses. Now at some point in the future I hope to print these off and actually use them in, I don't know, art journals or whatever. Someone did leave a comment on one of my collage making things recently where they said, you know, they like to watch people making these but they never see people using them. I use my collage papers all the time. I maybe just don't always point it out. There it was a brush that just makes lots of different lines. This one was an interesting one because I don't know why, but it started to introduce some colour. And when I saw that colour being introduced, I thought I'm going to add a little bit of colour elsewhere. So I'm building up the layers. On the ink blots I've added some colour to some of them. Going into the circles and just loosely adding colour, not colouring in the circles, just adding a bit of colour to them, and coming back in at this stage with some more splatters, but just in different colours. So yes, in future I will try and make some very specific videos where I show what I'm doing, but any of my scrappy journals or really any page I do, I kind of use them. So I'm now on to my third one, and again I've used that same base that I created right at the beginning, and I just used a finger there to put some marks down. You know, I do have the pen, but you can actually just use your finger on the screen. So in this box I've just taken the equivalent of a white gel pen, and I'm just decorating those little blobs just with different marks. Again, this is something I very much like to do on my collage papers, to use either a black pen or a white pen. So white on black or black on white looks great, but I did like the grunginess of these particular backgrounds, so just making different little patterns here just to show you what can be done. I then go back to the kind of blobs I made in that first rectangle, and again just using a gel pen equivalent in white and putting crosses in. I then do some just kind of squiggly lines in a few of them, some diagonal lines, just making marks throughout. I go back to some of them, I make the lines thicker. Here's another one similar to the one in the top right hand corner. I then start to add dots to them. It's just all about interest. And when I come to print these off and tear them up, I might tear them off into little individual rectangles, or I might just tear a big section out so it would have more than one of the designs in them. So again, with that black pen, just using a kind of gel pen equivalent. It's possible to do it very thinly. I can place the pencil a different way and get a thicker line. So, you know, I'd love if you would join in with this. whether you do it with digital art or whether you do it with, traditional paint, etc. Entirely up to you. But, you could tag me on Facebook or on Instagram if you wanted to show that. And I'll leave the link on Instagram to my account. I'm not on there much just now, but I will still see things. My app has been playing up, so I've not been posting anything on it. I think I need to update my phone because the app's not working properly. In this bottom hand corner, I drew some white lines. I'm now filling them in very roughly with the black pen, and then I'll come back in a minute and just put some white dots on. All about building layers, all about interest. Everything imperfectly perfect. This is not about me sitting down and trying to draw neat straight lines or neat circles or whatever. It's just about mark making and interest. So I do hope that you have enjoyed this. I want to show you some other things that I can do with Procreate where I think you could also do it with normal paint and paper and pens and whatever. I'm missing having my hands in paint dreadfully, but it's okay. I will get back to it in the not too distant. I'm absolutely confident about that. So again, thank you so much for all your good wishes, and I do hope that you enjoy this little video, that it gives you some ideas, and hope to be back again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.